Good morning, everyone. This is Joe Mesker coming to you from our Tuesday Truckee Meadows Networking Group. Our speaker today is Mr. Ryan Haruguchi, and Ryan's going to tell us all about insurance. Ryan, please take it away.
Good morning, you guys. Happy to be here. So let's go ahead and dive in. So today we'll be talking about, is my home insured properly? So for those of you that are current homeowners, or for those of you that will be future homeowners, this is something to take into consideration. All right, so you've got your homeowner's policy page, and there's tons of different coverages that dive into it, but we're just gonna be looking at coverage A, looking at your structure. So how many of you guys have seen this before? When you purchase a home, let's say it was $500,000, and then you look at your insurance policy and they're only covering $450,000. Any of you guys seen that before?
Sure.
Yeah. Or maybe this, vice versa. Purchase price $500,000, but then homeowner's insurance was $550,000. And when you see that, a lot of people ask, why is my insurance $50,000 less than what I paid for my house? Do I have enough coverage? Or why is my insurance $50,000 more than what I paid for? Do I have too much? So here's something to take in consideration. All right, we're going to compare the same house, but looking in the city. Okay, for a house in the city, that could be pretty expensive, right? Especially in like San Fran, LA, places where it's pretty popular. There's a huge population. All right, now what about a house in the desert? All right. It's a house in the desert. I mean, hey, it's a house on the hills, right? Got a nice sunny view, right? So here's the other thing too, is when you're looking at purchase price, it's equivalent to the value of the land that it's on, plus the house itself. When it comes to insurance, it's looking at just the house. Because if something happens to the house, dirt's still dirt, so there's nothing really to replace there. And when it comes to replacement cost estimate, so that's how we calculate what to insure the home for. So the same house, same exact build from a home in like San Fran to a home in like the Sahara Desert, right? One of those is going to be valued more than the other, but if it's the same exact house, same materials, same labor to build it up, it's going to have the same replacement cost regardless of the market price of it. So for your home's replacement cost estimate, it's a calculation of what it would cost to rebuild your home under today's market conditions. And what that typically includes is your material cost, labor cost, normal profit for the construction companies, and then their overhead. So to give you guys an idea of what a replacement cost goes into, we get pretty detailed with what we look at when determining what the replacement cost estimate is for your home. All the way from the year it was built, the square footage, the foundation, whether it's a crawl space, a slab, a basement. Then we look at things like exterior walls, interior walls, attached structures, detached structures, driveway, sidewalk, patio, fences. The list, as you can see, goes on and on. So when we're doing the research for this, we're typically going through assessor sites, Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, trying to look at all the information for the property. Sometimes we'll even go out, do a walkthrough, make sure that everything looks the way it's supposed to. And then as time goes on, if people are upgrading over time, let's say they get rid of the laminate countertops and then they replace it with granite, that's something where we'll want to update the replacement cost estimate as time goes on. And then you can see with all of that information, it puts the calculations together to give you what your actual replacement cost is. For the average home in Reno, I'd say the average cost per square foot has typically been around $180 to $200 cost per square foot for an average home, depending on what part of town it's in. So to give you an idea, this is all the things we'll look at, from the countertops, the flooring, cooktop, looking at the trim, the beams, pool in the backyard, fireplace, and the bathrooms. So yeah, Ryan Haruguchi with Shelter Insurance, here to protect the things that people own, but more importantly, the people who happen to own things.
Awesome.
I have a question.
Yes.
So why is there such a big difference between, I know your insurance for your home insurance is very affordable. Why are some companies so much more? like double or triple?
Yeah, that's a great question. So one of the things that will often play into that is their loss ratio. So for companies that, for example, Shelter, we're only inland. I don't think we have any states on the coast, maybe one. So we're a lot safer when it comes to our exposure for homes. Other companies that have, exposure to like California with the fires, on the East Coast with the hurricanes, they're experiencing a lot more losses. So because of that, they have to charge more for it. So that's one of the things I've oftentimes seen when it comes to higher rates.
Thank you. Good to know.
Definitely.
So you mentioned if you do like an upgrade from laminate to granite countertops, that's something that we should let you know about. Say, hey Ryan, we just did a kitchen renovation, and that could potentially change the the replacement cost of the home, thus increasing how much insurance is required on the home to cover that in case of a total loss. Is that the idea there?
Yes, exactly. Because when we're putting together a replacement cost estimate, this is us saying, okay, this is how much it costs in today's market.
Right.
And each renewal, there's typically an inflation guard to help protect as material costs and labor costs go up over time. So if anything changes in this, that can change the replacement cost estimate that you should have for your insurance policy. So if if you upgrade to granite and you left it as laminate, there's a chance that you might not have enough insurance to help protect that upgrade that you invested your money into. So,
Very
yeah, great question.
And I got one. When you're out shopping for insurance, how should I put this nicely? If you're shopping for different insurances, sometimes it almost seems like I've seen agents lower those square foot replacement costs to get a better quote. Can you speak to that a little bit, and the danger, and making sure that it's apples to apples that people are doing, and not an apple to an orange where the square foot replacement cost is a lot lower, but it looks like a good price, but it's not really good coverage.
Yeah, great question. And that's definitely something I've seen before when someone comes to me with their policy pages and I'm doing the replacement cost estimate. I'm like, I know you want an apples to apples comparison, but based off the estimate I put together, you're very underinsured. So what I've seen from experience is oftentimes you have people that, do the 1-800 and they call someone over the phone and they're licensed in 50 states. So they're not experienced with each area for how the build is. They don't know what websites to look at. Either that or they're just trying to hit their quota and do as many policies as possible within a certain time. And, it's unfortunate, but it does happen. I've seen it out there. Best thing I can say is work with someone local, speak to a living person that you can actually meet with, have them review the policy and make sure that everything's insured properly. So, yeah.
Any other questions? Ryan, tell us one more time how people can get a hold of you.
Yeah, so Ryan Haruguchi with Shelter Insurance. You can reach me at 775-236-3622 via email, and my office is in Sparks by Wells Fargo and Squeeze-In.
Awesome. So if you're looking for a great agent, give Ryan a call. And if you're looking for a referral group that's still reaching out with videos like this to inform you folks, give us a call here at Trucking Meadows Networking, 775-772-5895. Thank you guys. We will see you next week.